The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Kush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. This game today could be an inflection point for both of these teams, as each hoping to use it as a springboard to get into the top 25. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on another SEC rival, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Sun Devils will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lane. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ready to fire from the pistol. The running back has it. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence, everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build.
And the pass is intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Brown has it. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped, a gain of 3.
So I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here we go. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Douglas. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking.
All kinds of running room. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Staring into the raindrops, and he muffs it. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And I know most offensive coaches, they're going to be thrilled taking all these 50-50 shots against man coverage. I don't know, though, if they want to keep testing that defensive back. He has been on fire.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
You get 5 sacks in a game the way this defense did last week, and it's going to make your offensive coordinator second-guess himself a little bit with respect to protections. I'm not sure how confident this offense is early in the game because they've already given up a sack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He'll take the deep shot. Makes the catch on the left. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
That is a jolt of energy for the offense to get out of trouble in field position, and now all kinds of room. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. And just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
He'll bring it out. It's Lane. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
Toss to the outside. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's looking to throw it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Quickly to the tight end. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's King. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
Arizona State.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Scatterbo. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
After that completion, move the chains. Now first down. He wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Wants to fire on second down. He wants to go deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The back goes in motion. He wants to throw it again. Got him downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I love the start for this quarterback. Like last week, it wasn't his greatest outing. Let's put it this way. It wasn't real good at all. He's already surpassed his passing output in this game. So he's completely flipped the script. Nice bounce back already to start this game, too.
They'll throw it on first down. Gets it out quickly.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, just keeps firing. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing it. because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Going for the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Trying to get behind the defense. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. He's going to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Four wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Wide out in motion. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. On target to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical fourth down, everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with 2 top 25 teams locking horns. Penn State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far today at Happy Valley. They're up by 4 over Missouri. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance. Open runway ahead. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Quarterback keeps it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays in the end.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Got the first down and more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's King. Shoots it to the left. Snags it. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. And this bounces out of the end. Be a touchback and a turnover. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Makes his connection. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Feeling some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. Trying to escape and get it himself. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Lofts one high and deep. And it's put in danger, and it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big hit.
He's going for it all. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. These corners going to give them some space. Spits it out to the back. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. He's fortunate to get it back.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. It is good! And we are dead even after the field goal here in the 3rd. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Yellow Jackets will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. Ball in the air, intercepted! Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining, I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Excellent field position here for the offense. Looking for a crease, it's Haynes. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Right back to the well.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red. Oh, picked off. At the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Middle Tennessee is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 18 over Sam Houston. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Hand off from the shotgun. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to run for it. The Yellow Jackets get enough to move the chains.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Looking for a man, it's Kane. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Our coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Offense in a bunch formation. Off play action. Zings it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to fire deep. And he throws another interception. His third of the... They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Looking to pass. It's King. Got his man on the right. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He finds his man. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They keep attacking through the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Caught near the sticks. It's Singleton. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. And the Yellow Jackets will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's King. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Georgia Tech, #1 in the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd.
That ties the game.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3, we're all tied up.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Firing to the right, complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Lane. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Looking for a man. It's Kane. Pressure coming. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
If I'm a QB coach, I'm grabbing my quarterback right away and be like, listen, we're going to get another opportunity. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. Our defense is going to get a stop for us. You got to get your confidence back. You got to get back in this ball game. We're going to need you again down the road. You are not done.
The give to the tailback.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his man down the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Sun Devils are marching down the field. They'll leave it with him. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Makes the ground.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Calls his own number. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great job by the defense there on 4th down. I'll say this, QB sneaks are not a guaranteed play that you're going to get on offense. Everybody thinks it is. You dial it up, it's an automatic first. Not the case. That time, the defensive line was lower. They got more push. And there was just nowhere for the quarterback to go. Great job by the D.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
The Yellow Jackets will move the sticks.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
1st and 10 from their own 13. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. The expressway is wide open. The 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Utah found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win. But this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Salt Lake City. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's his 4th interception of the game. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. The defense had the stop. They were about to get the ball back, but the critical mistake puts the offense back on the field with 1st and 10. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Didn't help themselves much on 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 20. He's looking to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. The sure hands, it's Scatterbo. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lost one deep down the right side. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Comes out throwing on 1st down. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They'll run the screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Back to the air one more time. And it's his 4th interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! What a great play by the defense of paying it off with the interception return. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
That makes the score Georgia Tech 45, Arizona State 31.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll throw it on 1st down. They're trying to get to him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
And 1st down for the offense.
Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Might as well give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we've got to show him things are about to be different.
At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Give to the running back. And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.